Hey guys, it's Monday coming at you here we'll do a crypto update. I'll do the majors. I'm just back here in the saddle. Just got back from a little bit over a week vacation with the family in the mountains of Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains. Some of you guys might know that area, but it was great. Did some fishing, saw some bear. I didn't trade a lot of crypto. I was trading FX a little bit on the mobile. Um, I'll hit on that, I guess, a little bit also. Had a pretty good day t- another good day today. We're back on top. Uh, this is this is a simple trader top gainers today. So this is of all their literally hundreds of different traders and different signal accounts. So I'm back on top today. Um, so my guys, that traded with me this morning, we basically really took advantage of dollar peso and dollar lira. We sold the euro into the top of its range. Kind of see that there's I'll blow this up. There's some resistance right here, right, that we sold into this morning. It's been a range trade for the intermediate term, so we got up to here. We made some sales, um, day trade, and I'm still core short. I'm actually waiting to get heavier on the core stuff overnight, closer to this high, which is like 118, 118 and a half. So anyway, good day trading, almost 3,000. Maybe I'll scalp it around into the close and try to push that over three on the day. But it's been a good week so far. It's only Tuesday and a good month. I think we're pushing close to 30 grand on the month. So you guys, if you're not familiar with this is we do copycat trading. Just started this service and it's really designed right now. I got to make some tweaks for the US customers because there's some FIFO rules, but this is a great service for anybody that's in Europe or overseas. You can you can set up a Forex account. You keep all the profits. I only charge 150 bucks a month, and literally all the technology's handled. It just copies my trades relative to the size of your account, and so it's made a lot of our customers that we already had a lot of money already. I'm up well over 130% on the year. Last I checked, 156% on the year. So we're just getting started on this. Through most of this period, I was really focused on crypto, and then we kind of switched gears here at the start of the year. So I'm excited about that. If you guys are interested in that, just come into the chat room. Let's see. If you come to Blockedge Capital, blockedgecapital.com. I'm gonna get into crypto in a second. Blockedgecapital.com. You can under media is all our podcasts. Hopefully, you guys will get a lot of value out of that when we kind of talk off the cuff about markets and but our trading team and our crypto room. If you come under education, it's free to join our chat room right there. We have a private crypto team where we're putting in buy signals, sell signals. We're talking about the markets. I just put out a signal right now. This is the crypto team right here. We're buying back Ether. Our last sale was into 500, which pretty much timed it perfectly right into our pie line. That's a cyclical concept that we have, but we took profits right into there. Boom, we're back in there today. That's only $100 a month, pays for itself, a few trades. That's pretty much a no-brainer. And then I have a trading course. This is where I teach you my model, 10 years of my institutional experience trading in the fixed income markets, and then obviously Forex futures. The nice thing about this model, as long as the market's moving, we can make money in any market. We just want it to move and be some movement, volatility, and energy. Um, Anyhow, and then we have a group that we trade together live a couple days a week. And this is really my mentorship program, my coaching program. I work with my traders. It's much more intimate. It's a close knit team. But that's where you're really going to learn how to trade, learning how to stop, reverse, how to scale in, scale out. I do that all live. So we had a good day there today. As far as crypto goes, I did just add to my Ether. I think Ether looks good right now. I'm gonna wait on Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash of the other majors here for them to have maybe one more pullback. I added my futures long also. A couple things I wanted to hit on with on the future side. So um I don't have any data on the monthly level as far as like cyclical oscillations go, but when we go to the weekly, we've been in this upswing since the lows here around 6,000 where we were getting pretty aggressive. I was 80% long on my cash portfolio, meaning where I keep my actual crypto, and then the futures side we were also long down here. So pretty much almost all in right into the lows. There's a lot of people still calling for 5,000. So anyway, this weekly cycle may have peaked out, and I'll show you in the cash market in a second. There's two cycles. There's actually three cycles we got to kind of keep an eye on. Longer term waves. That's the weekly. The daily. So we made another lower high here, and what's going to be key is that we had an inverse. Head and shoulders that played out really nicely. And then we had a big, fat, massive, what we call real money candle right here. So here's your inverse head and shoulders. Right, there's the neckline that broke out above. So that's when you saw all this. This is the largest candle on the chart, probably going back to this day, which also started a nice rally. So this was the igniting move. Right, we were actually buying here. I was buying here, taking some off, and then buying back into this pullback. Took profit into these highs, and then actually put some back on once we cleared that resistance. I just got right back in, and then we were taking some off into those highs. But from here, I'd nibbled back today, but I still think there's a chance we go a little bit lower. So I want to be buying on a scale down here. And this old 6,800 level was prior resistance, and that should now be support. All right, so we got to kind of let this daily cycle play out. So let's be patient and let the market come to us, but we want to be buyers on a scale in this zone. And then our risk is kind of below the bottom of this move. So the market would need to really hold this whole area where the buyers came in. That's if we can't hold that, then I'm gonna have to play defense, stop out on some, or might even flip and go short. But we'll see. And before that happens, I'm gonna be a buyer. All right, guys. That's what I wanted to say about futures. Is this cycle still coming down? If you look at the 4 hour, we're right here at the bands. This was a good spot. There's a good chance that this will be a higher low. Either way, I bought here. If we go lower, great. Again, we got the pie line down here in front of 7,000. Got the 200, which everybody's going to have on their chart. That's scooping right in front of that major 6,800 support. But yeah, we're definitely a buyer. And then from a cyclical standpoint, let's go BTC here. And see, I was buying a little bit of cash here, cash market. All right, so here's the sine waves I've had up. This is just one way to measure time. Signal. And I was telling our team this morning, my guys were talking about this. What's interesting to note is that we actually made a lower high right in front of pi with this wave right here. So with this turning point, we actually made another lower high relative to this high. So this was a long-term lower high at 12,000. Then we made another lower high in front of 10,000. And guess what? We just made another subsequent lower high in front of 9,000. So there is a chance although we're gonna play this bullish trend, we're gonna go with this intermediate term strength. From a cyclical standpoint, there is a chance that we made another long-term lower high and the market's just not quite ready to break out longer term. Maybe that means we go sideways into this turning point. I have you see this blue line? That's the 8.6 monthly cycle. That's turning up here the end of August and September, early September. So to me, from a long-term perspective, we're just not quite ready to break out. The fact that we couldn't make a higher high above pi on this turning point probably tells you that we're not going to make a big picture new uptrend until closer to the end of August, September. And what I mean by that is we have an uptrend here on the intermediate term, but we don't have a long-term higher highs yet. To get above, to call a long-term new uptrend, we would need to get above this pivot high. And the fact that we rallied and then created a new pivot, okay, with this cycle means that now that is the pivot. That's the new lower high. So if the market were to rally and get back above that, then yes, technically we have a brand new long-term uptrend. Right now, all we have is an intermediate term uptrend. We're still in a long-term kind of a basing period. It's still structurally bullish because we've held 6,000, but we still also have lower highs. So we have a pattern like this where you still have the higher lows intact, but we're making long-term lower highs. So we need that to be taken out to really bring the momentum back, big picture, into the market. So we're close. I just think we're probably just not quite ready. And then lastly, let me start a new fresh. And then there's another turning point here that guys brought up, Mark specifically in our room, but I'm looking for, remember we just talked about that 7,000, 7,800 level? It would make sense to pull back here into the 30 and make a higher low. And if we do that right on this turning point, I think that makes a lot of sense. Now I have a daily cycle that's still pretty high, but I think it makes sense to look for a higher low here with this turn. This cycle produced a lower high. This cycle produced a lower high. Then here we actually had a higher high and rallied high. So here the cycle was producing lower highs. This is the first turning point that actually we were already making higher highs. So that would make sense that we start to make higher lows now on some of these turning points. And I think that'll set up nicely here. Look for a little bit more weakness into date on this. The 4th. So that's the weekend actually. Right? I think Friday is the 3rd. So we're gonna keep an eye on that turning point, guys, on this daily wave. But yeah, to sum it up, I'm bullish. I'm buying on this dip. I just think you got to be a little bit patient. Several more days to kind of really load up, and let's see if we can retest a little bit lower. But we still want to be a buyer on dips. All right, guys. I'll do for my traders. I'll do an update on the alts, some of these other altcoins later this afternoon. All right, guys. Hope that helps.